Hi everybody, welcome back to the Order of Narvosc. This is session 39, the Battle of Limbo. We hope you enjoy.
We traveled back to Shadowfen. Where did we go? We traveled back to Limbo.
There you go, in
Off to a
Shadowfen though.
great start. Yes. Quirin's sword turned a darker color. Did not figure out what that meant, but it didn't hurt. We all realized that Velphie did not feel a tug whenever we left the Feywild. And we made our way to Anaria's house, who is an archfey of the Spring Court, and her and Quirin had a private little conversation about what is keeping her here, and she's not entirely sure, but she had a feeling it had something to do with the lights that have been seen in the distance in the southeast. And Velphie also revealed that she saw a creature made of people that she recognized, including her mother, in like her visions. And I believe the professor is the one that's privy to that information. Whenever we got back to Limbo, we met up with Sea Pear, and she was kind of concerned about the lights, and also said that we needed to have a celebration, to which 3 of the party members were dubious about. She also revealed that back in the day, Narvosc had struggled to close a portal and a creature had burst through, and perhaps that has been torn open again. So a little bit of mystery and perhaps a little bit more context of what's going on with the lights. And then Ruby went to see Kara, failed pretty spectacularly on a pretty important saving throw and had to get a few big level spells put into her to keep her from being 4 levels of exhausted. We all went to the celebration, danced, had a good time. Quirin played Keep Away with some children. Ruby climbed a tree with Beltov and left him there to sleep, and then we all had a great night's sleep. Until we didn't.
Perfect. Yes, so you all had run out being woken by these sirens that go off. And this isn't the same kind of sirens that you get when you wake up in the morning and it's time for your duties. These are shrill, quick, very fast paced. All the mushrooms are glowing red and trying to show that you all are in an emergency. You all made your way to the main center of Limbo, where you gather to have breakfast, gather to have celebrations. Like, this is the heart of Limbo. The giant tree is burning. The symbol of life here is destroyed, and standing in the middle of this chaos are 8 individuals with white animal masks. Only 2 of you have seen the masks before. You've heard of all of them except for 2. One of the newer ones has black, scaly skin, 6.5 feet tall, rifle on his back. Has a wasp mask on. And the other short woman, 3.5, 4 feet, very built, stout. Dwarven woman, darker skin, has a mask of a boar where its tusks come out. Both of these animals represent anger. 2 of these people in these masks were left behind when Sydonea fell the first time. They all turn and notice you standing in adjacent tunnels. 3 of you are together. Velphie is off on a different wing because the family units are that way. 4 of them immediately dash off in different directions. One with a chameleon mask raises a gloved hand. Roll me perception, please. Everybody.
Ten.
12.
15.
23.
Okay, with a 15 and a 23, she has, as she raises her hand, her sleeve slips, and she's covered in burn marks. As she gives a wave towards Velphie. I'll see you soon. And she's gone. And with those perception checks, all 4 of you notice chameleon, dragon, bear, and owl are nowhere to be seen. There are 3 in front of you. Boar, wolf, and cat. With a 23, the one that had scaly black skin, 6.5 feet tall, with a wasp mask, just disappears entirely. I need you all to go to roll 20. And as that figure, only Ruby, you see that figure disappear, and 3 are left in front of you. With a 12, 15, and a 23. There are eye sockets in these masks. And black voids stare back at you with these black ichor veins spreading from around what skin you can see through their eye sockets. And they are going to start charging. I need you all to roll initiative.
Okay. I got an 8.
10.
27.
13.
Alrighty. With that, our order is going to be Ruby, Boar, let's see, Quirin, Velphie, Friedrich, Cat, and Wolf. Ruby, they are starting to make their way towards you. What are you doing?
All right, taking out the crossbow, and I don't want any others to disappear. So, bonus action Hunter's Mark on who looks the slipperiest. Let's do the cat.
The cat. All right, you've got Hunter's Mark on the cat.
Right, and I'm gonna try to Does it look like they set the tree on fire. Does it look like they have maimed or harmed anyone in the vicinity?
Roll me a perception check for me.
Okay. Trying to decide how lethal I need to be. That is a 16.
With a 16, pass them. So in order to get into this area for the first time, as you all remember, you have to go through this area where you take this potion, where you can only speak a truth, and it's guarded by these people in full plate armor at all times. 4, 5, 6 of them. You can see their bodies strewn like across the floor and everything at the wall that is solid rock that lifts. So they have taken the guards out at the main gate.
Hey, No mercy. All right. I am going to go at her with a crossbow.
Go for it.
Okay. All right. 3. Okay. That is a 23 to hit.
23 hits. And it's an
Okay.
intelligence saving
Good.
throw, correct?
Yes, intelligence save to save from my shadow wielder crossbow.
Okay. She failed, but she's going to be indomitable and roll again.
Boo.
And I think she still failed with a 12.
Ooh, okay. So that's an extra 2d6 psychic. I don't have advantage, so it's not sneak attack. But, okay. So this is a d8. All right. Oh, I rolled 2 1s. That's unfortunate. 7, 5, 12 plus 8. So 20 points of damage.
Alrighty.
And it's 6 points if that is psychic.
Perfect.
And I have a second attack because of my Gloomstalker. All right. That is a natural 20.
Alrighty, take your max and then roll again.
All right. Still no sneak attack, so I think it's just 8 plus 5. So 13 plus 8 is 21.
21 already, just did
Oh,
41.
and Hunter's Mark.
And Hunter's Mark. Go ahead and roll that.
So 6 plus a 1, 7. Extra 7 points.
Extra 7 points. You got it. So you just did 41 plus 7, 48 points of damage in your first go against Cat, and she is frightened. She looks like she's charging for you. Those crossbow bolts hit her, and she immediately starts turning towards Velphie. With that, is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
Yeah, I'm going to move myself a little bit further towards these groups of tables and just try to silence the voices in my head, keeping an eye on this cat while just screaming back, Beltov, please tell me you're not still in the tree.
You do not get a response.
Okay. That is my turn.
Seeing that you just attacked Cat with a lot of force, does a 25 hit?
Sure does.
You take 8, 9, 15 points of piercing damage. As you hear this go off from above your head, and you feel a steel bullet go through your shoulder.
I will uncanny dodge, so it's just a flesh wound.
It's just a flesh wound. They're going to do it again. For a 25 to hit. That is going to be 17 points of piercing damage. As you hear both of those go off from above your head. It is now Boar's go. Boar, noticing Ruby has attacked first, is going to start booking it towards Ruby. That is going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Cannot seem to quite get there. So what she is going to do, you're going to see her hold out her hand, and she's going to Eldritch Blast. And that is going to be her. Let's see, 16 to hit.
Does not hit.
Alrighty, as y'all see this purplish, dark magic come from Boar's hand right towards Ruby. And then when she misses, you're going to hear her scream as she rages.
Oh, that's cool.
As she rages, Ruby, since she attacked you, go ahead and roll me a d8.
Think I know what this is. 2.
With a 2, you can teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space you can see until your rage ends. You can use this effect again on each of your bonus turns. So she fires that off. You see her scream, and this black ichor goes into the ground and around her as she is being empowered by something within. And that is her turn. With that, that is now Quirin's turn. What are you doing?
Is he able to see where these shots rang out from?
Roll me a perception check.
24?
Yes, you do know that they came from above you. You don't know the exact location, and as you look up, you do not see anything.
Okay.
But you know that they are above you, and with a 24, you can pinpoint it within 30 feet.
Then I guess how close is it to him if he can pinpoint the 30 feet where like 30 feet of his current position?
Mm-hmm. Well, within 30 feet of where that sound came from, like a circle, like an idea of where in the air it is. It is, so let's see. You hear it from over here.
Okay. Gotcha. Well, he can't get over there yet. So he's gonna use his movement, and probably use his bonus action to dash as well. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 40, 45, 50. We're gonna booming blade it as well, and try to get one attack off.
Go for it.
29 to hit.
29 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh shit. Okay. 30 damage. 14 of that is thunder, if it matters.
Okay, 30 damage. As you get that attack off, roll me an intelligence saving throw.
That's right. I should be prepared. 27.
You're good for now as you do that attack. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
I think while he's running up, this look over and point to wherever he thinks he heard the shot from, and just try to point it out. I think the shots came from somewhere up there as he's running up, and then that'll be it.
Perfect. And as you stab her with your blade and it just goes in and out of existence with your heartbeat, you notice Kat as she is taking these hits. She is darker skinned, but the parlor of her skin is grayish tint. Like of someone who's been dead. And with that, Velphie, you're up.
Okay. As Velphie sees these three, she's going to throw up her hands, and this kind of like wave kind of shoots out as she casts slow. And she's going to put it right in the center and focus it on Boar, Wolf, and Cat because she can't see the fourth one.
Yes.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So that is an wisdom save of 16.
Cat failed. Selin passed. Or Boar passed. Wolf failed, but he's going to use his Indomitable. And that gets him to a 15. What was it? 16?
16.
All right, so
Yeah.
Wolf is also slowed.
Okay. So they take a -2 penalty to AC and dexterity saving throws. They can't take reactions. On their turn, they can either take an action or a bonus action, not both. And it can only take one attack if it takes the attack action. If it casts a spell with a somatic component, there's a 25% chance the spell fails, and as a result, the target making the spell's gestures too slowly.
Okay.
And then they can repeat a save at the end of each of their turns.
You got it. Alrighty. With that, is there anything you want to do with your bonus action?
Bonus action. No, but I think I do want to move. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. We'll move here. And that shall be my turn.
Okay. With that, Friedrich, you're up.
Okay. Talking is a free action, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to try to project my voice mundanely, because I don't have magic for that. And say, Selin, Ro, and any others wearing these masks, Cinder and the Order have entered into a dark deal with a darker entity, and every soul in Shadowfen is forfeit. You cannot be faulted for not knowing that before, but now you know. If you continue to attack Limbo, I can only assume you're a part of that deal. And then I'm going to pause and see if anything happens.
You'll see Boar's face turn to you. I don't give a shit anymore. You could have let us know before Sydonea fell, and you chose not to. How many people died a month ago because you would not say anything? And you embarrassed us all. Why should I care?
Then I'll ensure no more die today due to your poor decision. And I'm going to charge full speed and yell at the top of my lungs, running right at Boar. And I have 30 feet. Right when I get to Boar, Friedrich disappears. As I misty step another 30 feet. 30 and cast 3rd level lightning bolt on Wolf and Cat.
Okay.
And that's a dex save of 18, and it sounds like slow debuffs that.
Oh, it does debuff that. Alrighty. Wolf failed. Cat failed.
Okay, it's 8d6. $35 points of lightning damage apiece.
All right, 35 points of lightning damage each. And is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No, that's it.
Okay. With that, it is now Cat's turn. Cat is with slow. You said they can only choose a bonus action or an action.
Yes. Action or bonus action.
Okay. Alrighty, with that, with Kat's turn. Let's see. Okay. She sees or knows that you have cast slow on her, and she's going to try to hold person on you. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
That is an 11.
You fail. Concentration.
Can I use a luck point?
You can use a luck point.
Okay. 14?
You fail.
Damn.
As you are now paralyzed and slow drops. And you cannot move. You are incapacitated. You may try to save at the end of your turn. You need to make a wisdom saving throw. And all melee attacks against you are crits. So you have been held. You all see this black shadow almost from Cat reach out and grab Velphie and hold her still. She cannot move as she is paralyzed. And then she is going to use her bonus action and curse Quirin. Which means she's using a Hexblade curse on Quirin. And that means a 19 or a 20 is a crit hit against you. And she does extra damage. And that is Cat's go. It is Wolf's turn now. Wolf is going to use his bonus action. And he is going to 3rd level Healing Word. Cat. Cat gets 21 points back. And then he is going to move 5, 10. Okay. 15. And he's going to cast Sunbeam at both Friedrich and Velphie. Velphie, you automatically fail. Sunbeam is a 6th level spell. You need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Counterspell.
Okay, this is our very first counterspell. This is going to, do we want to do this as Constitution saves? Because this will apply to you too. Or do we want to do this the old school way, where you take a roll and then add your spell modifier?
You're the DM. What do you think? I'm okay with either. I don't like the Nuit as much, but I'm okay with either.
Okay, well then let's take it to everybody else. This is our first counterspell. Whatever we choose here will continue through the campaign. Do we want to use new counterspell rules, or do we want to go with the old one? If they're both 3rd level, they automatically cancel out. If it's old school rules, with new school rules, if they fail the save, their spell doesn't go off this turn, but they get their spell slot back.
I think I agree with Friedrich. Yeah.
Okay, like the old one better.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
the old one.
I'm okay with the consequences if I get counterspelled.
Okay.
It feels like higher risk, higher reward.
The drama.
The drama.
The drama.
Alrighty. Yeah. This is a 6th level spell. I'm assuming you're casting this at 3rd level.
Yeah, I might as well, because I don't even know what spell it is when he casts it. I don't think so.
True.
So I can't make any meta assumptions. So the DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
You need
is
to
that
be
right?
at 16, yes.
So I roll and... This guy's in spell at 4th level. How do you make an ability check using your spellcasting ability? Is that my spell attack or my modifier?
Modifier.
Oh, that sucks. Okay.
You need a 16.
Okay, my modifier is a +4. So here we go. That means I need to roll at least a 12. I'm getting in the zone. Here we go. I got a 5 total. No, I got a 7 total. Catterspool.
You try to cast Counterspell, but his spell is powerful as he casts Sunbeam in a straight line. I need you both to make Constitution saving throws. Velphie, you automatically fail with being held.
15.
You both fail. You both take 28 points of radiant damage. As Sunbeam, you all see Wolf's chest pretty much open wide, and a beam of sunlight out and hits you both.
Did you say it was only melee attacks that
Only
are
melee
crit?
attacks are crits.
Okay. Okay, so 28, right?
Yep, 28.
Okay.
And that is Wolf's turn. Ruby, you're up.
Okay. Okay. I don't like that I was shot. I'm going to bonus action. Well, I'm gonna go over here. Bonus action hide.
Okay.
Army crawl and crawl under this table.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so I will hide, and I have the skulker feat now, so I get to do it at advantage. Natural 20 with my fox dice.
Nice. So with a natural 20, you have pretty much disappeared from the arena.
Ooh. All right. And she, let's see, humming under her breath, trying to drown out the voices. She's just gonna shoot Cat again.
Okay, shoot Cat again.
Right. And since I am hidden, if I hit, this will be sneak attack, and she'll get the psychic damage too. All right, it is a 27 to hit.
27 hits.
Awesome. Okay,
And they are still frightened of you.
cool. All right, so I'll roll the psychic first. 3 points of psychic.
Nice.
So 3, and then sneak attack is 12, 17, 22. 22 sneak attack, so 25 total. My hunter's mark is 3, that's 28, and then the actual arrow is 6. 34 plus 8. 42 points of damage.
Perfect. As you do that much damage, that hurt. Is there anything else you want to do? Anything else you want to do with your turn?
I will stay under this little table, humming my little song.
You got it. You're humming your song. With that, you don't know where they are, but let's see. You're going to hear Friedrich. You left us to die. Why should I believe you? And it is above your head.
Am I going to get shot or can I respond?
Talking is a free action.
I'm not without fault in this, but that is no reason to continue the slaughter. It can end.
Violet almost died because of your decisions. And he's going to shoot, but he's not going to shoot at you. He's going to shoot at Velphie. With a, since you're being held, that is going to be a, first one is a 17 to hit.
Hits.
Alrighty. That is going to be 18 points of piercing damage. Next attack is a dirty 20 to hit. 21 points of damage, piercing damage, as you take 2 shots. And with that, Professor Friedrich, roll me a persuasion check.
Nine.
Okay. With that is now Boar's go. Boar, since Ruby is humming, I would assume you've hidden from Wasp, but she could still see you under the table with the humming and the shooting. Are you cool with that?
Uh-huh.
Alrighty.
That makes sense.
She's going to bonus action hex you. As now Hexblade's curse, 19 or 20s are crits, and you take extra bonus damage from her attacks, as she is going to take, in her rage, in her screams, is going to take her battle axe and try to swing it down on you. That is going to be... Boop, 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 boop. 7 plus 9 for a 16 hit.
Doesn't hit.
She misses. Why did I roll that like that? She misses, so she's going to take the next one, and that is going to be a natural 1 in her rage. She breaks the table as she is screaming at you. You can tell this woman is angry that because you don't necessarily know what happened the night of Sydonea, but they are screaming that they were left. As in her rage, she does break the table, and then she's going to, as her bonus action, because she's raging, poof over here, and give Cat flanking on Quirin. With that, Quirin, is your go.
All right. I think we're just gonna take another quick slice at Cat first.
Go for it.
For a 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Okay, we're gonna booming blade it yet again. Ooh, that's a lot less. 9 thunder, and then 13 slashing, I think.
Okay.
Or psychic, sorry. 13 psychic.
You got it. I'm doing math. Okay. And with that, as you attack her, go ahead and make me an intelligence saving throw.
18.
18, so you're good for now. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
How does she look after the quick stab?
It hurt. She's getting pretty bloody. But her blood is almost coagulated. Like you can see it coming through the mask slightly. Like it's old.
Okay. We're gonna quicken spell a catapult. We're gonna grab one of these tables behind him and chuck it at her.
Okay, go for it.
So that's a dex save.
That is a dex save. That's a dex save of an 11. She is not rolling well.
Okay, she needed a 16, so 3d8s. 16.
Oh, alrighty. And with that, is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, he just gives her a good uppercut and then ducks, yelling "table" as it flies in and just hits her right in the face.
And she does get hit with that table, and it just smashes on her, and you can see bits and pieces kind of like stabbing into her as that table comes around. With that, Velphie, go ahead and roll me a wisdom saving throw.
I have a
19.
And your question, I'm sorry, what's your question?
Does Cat need to roll a con save on each of those attacks? Concentration on hold person.
So that was 16 concentration check. That needed to be a 10, beat a 10. And the next one was natural 1. She drops concentration on hold person. Velphie, you get your turn.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, so Velphie at hold person drops and immediately she runs 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 right here. And oops. Dang. That's it. She's going to cast Aid, and it's unfortunately only going to hit Friedrich and Ruby. So that is an additional 10 to your current hit point maximum. Oh wait, can I target myself too? I think I can.
Very cool. Thanks a lot. Gee, thanks.
And yes, I'm going to target myself as well.
So you cast Aid and give 10 points. Alrighty. And is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, that shall be it.
Okay. With that, Friedrich, you're up.
Okay. You told me, well, you told Quirin that Cat's looking rough. Is it evident to Friedrich from where I am how all of them look?
You just got hit with a sunbeam.
I did. It hurt.
It did. And just let me double check something here. You're blinded.
Oh, no.
A creature takes 68 radiant damage and has the blinded condition until the start of your next turn.
Start of my next turn?
Yes.
Oh, start of your next turn. The caster's next turn?
Start of the caster's next turn.
Okay, so yeah, so I'm just blinded. There's no save. I already failed the save.
Yes.
What is the vision range when you're blinded? Is it 5 or 10 feet, or is it nothing? I don't see a range. It's looking like that's probably a Baldur's Gate thing. It just says a blinded creature can't see and automatically fails any ability check that requires sight.
Yes.
Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. But if I can't see anybody, or can I just see them and I have disadvantage? What do you think?
It says you can't see, so we would have to... You know where they're at? You could just roll at disadvantage.
Okay. And how long does that blinded last?
Blinded lasts until Wolf gets to go again.
Until Wolf's turn. Okay. Okay, well, I am blind. Let's try this. I'm going to, because I thought about casting some AoE, but I feel like that's meta a bit, because how would I know exactly where to place it? So let's just run up to Wolf, because I'm angry and blind now, or where I think Wolf is, because Wolf hasn't moved. And I'm going to cast 3rd level... Yeah, let's try it. 3rd level Vampiric Touch.
Okay. Roll to hit. It's a roll to hit, correct?
It is a roll to hit. I have plus 10, but it's a disadvantage. 14. The other one's a nat 20. What a terrible thing.
Yeah, you miss.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to use my bonus action to push him away, or try to push him away. And that's a strength save on his part, or on Wolf's part.
Strength save is a 13.
He fails. He goes back 5 feet.
Okay, you got it. He goes back 5 feet.
And that's all I got. That's my turn.
With it being Wolf's go, Wolf still is maintaining concentration as he hasn't taken damage. Scoots over.
And what is he concentrating on?
Sunbeam.
Oh, it's a... Oh, darn. I didn't know it did that. Okay.
Go ahead and roll me concentration checks, the both of you.
Concentration...
Or saves.
Constitution saves? Okay.
Constitution save, sorry. Not concentration.
I'm gonna use another
Start
luck
of his
point.
turn. You're not blinded anymore. Go ahead and roll or use your luck point.
I got the same number, 15.
All right.
10.
10. Both of those fail. You both take 68s. And you are both blinded. 26 points of radiant damage, and you are blinded.
Velphie is down.
Okay. Velphie has gone down. He's going to use his bonus action. Cast Healing Word on Cat. At 4th level. Cat gains 20 points back. Let me do math here. Okay. And with that, with having beat up Cat so much, you all hear plate mail coming in from one of the other rooms. As if they have been telepathically talking. Someone else starts walking in. Sees how hurt some of them, one of them, looks. You're going to hear an older voice. A majestic voice speaking. Roll me perception checks.
$16.
16.
Natural 20 for 26.
Okay, with a natural 20, I'll give you a little bit more. Everybody else does see slightly green skin. Gets the sense of something sweet. Quirin, the aura this person carries is of the Spring Court.
If he can take a quick glance, if he knows that they're over there, I mean, does anything else look familiar?
With his mask, you can't get anything else familiar. But you know whoever this person is from Spring Court.
Okay.
And he is going to cast... Where is he? 80 feet. 10, 15, 20. He casts Sanctuary on Cat. And what that means is you all cannot target Cat anymore. And then he steps out. And with that, Ruby, you're up. Velphie is currently down.
Velphie is down. I think I can get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'll use all of my movement to get to Velphie. And I have 1 potion. Is it an action or a bonus action?
It is an action to
Uh,
give to someone, and you roll for them.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and give her a potion. And I just have a regular one.
Oh, I
So-
think it's 2d4s.
Yeah. 2d4 plus 4. There's one. There's one. Okay, you get 8 points. And I will, let's see. Bonus action. Go back over to the tables,
You got it.
crawl underneath, but don't have a bonus action hide. So bonus action dash, and I'm under this first table. Oh, actually, I'll go ahead and use all of my movement and get back over to where I was.
You got
Yeah.
it. Seeing that you have run back in, you hear off to someone else as you did not hide a pew as they are going to try and shoot at you again. And they're going to bonus action curse you.
Ah,
And since you are under a table and they are high up, he is going to roll at disadvantage.
okay.
That with disadvantage, I don't think hits because that is a 17.
It's my armor class.
Meets it, beats it. Alrighty. 3 plus 14. Yeah, that's a 17. That's 27 points of piercing on that first attack.
Right. I will uncanny dodge.
Get it.
Flesh
All right,
wound.
Flesh wound as you dodge out of the way. That next one is going to be higher with an 8 plus 14.
Yeah.
15 points of piercing as you hear those
Ouch.
shots go off. And they are over here now. But you still cannot see their person
Okay.
as they have
Interesting.
been moving, but they are invisible.
All right.
And with that is now Boar's go. Boar is currently flanking, which means she gets advantage on Quirin. Quirin, that is going to be... with advantage, 21 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. With a 21, that is going to be... not very good damage for the first one. That's 5, plus she's raging. So 8 points of slashing as she hits really hard on that first one, or tries to, and then she goes again for a natural 1 and an 11, plus 9 for a dirty 20 to hit.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And that is going to be...
Actually, he's gonna use his reaction. No, he won't. Never mind.
Okay. Continue. That is going to be 3 plus 4, 7 plus 3, 10 points of slashing as she takes both of her attacks against you.
Okay, we're gonna uncanny dodge the second one. You said that was 10?
That was 10. Remind me, uncanny dodge is not a reaction, correct?
It
It is.
I believe.
It is. Okay, it is a reaction. You got it. You're able to uncanny dodge the second one. Is there anything... I'm about to say, is there anything else you want to do on your turn? But it is now your turn, as she took both of her attacks against you. What are you doing?
I'll take a whole nother turn if that's okay. Yeah. We're going to... Let's see, where was it? We're going to use our... There it is. We're going to use our face step. And we're not going very far, but we're just going to go right over here to the other side of Wolf.
Okay.
Or Boar. Or
Yep.
not, yeah, Boar. So both Boar and Cat have to make a wisdom save.
Boar's wisdom save was a... She's not wisdomous. 5.
Okay, she fails.
And Cat's is a 14.
Okay, she fails too. They're both frightened until the end of my next turn.
Okay, they're frightened of you. Got it. So currently, Cat is frightened of 2 out of the 4 people in the room right now.
She's scaredy cat.
She's a scaredy cat. You would like to do on your turn?
Then for the action, we're gonna attack Boar, booming blade it as well.
You got it.
4. 11 thunder with 13 psychic. So
And
20...
what was the to hit?
Oh my! It was sorry, I did roll it. It was 26.
Okay, yeah, 26 beats her
All
armor
right.
class. And what is the numbers there?
Sorry, it was I totally forgot how to math now. 24 total.
24 total. You got it. Alrighty. Was any of that piercing, slashing, or bludgeoning?
No, actually. It
Okay.
was the sort of psychic. I did that wrong the first turn.
Okay. And is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
No. That'll be it.
Okay. Velphie, you're down. Oh, no, you're not down anymore. Excuse me. Never mind. It's your turn.
Okay. So Velphie, with the energy that she has, she's going to cast Mirror Image on herself. And then you see these 3 kind of replicas show up around her. And then she lifts up her hands. And let me just double check that this hits everyone. Yes. She's going to cast Mass Healing Word at 4th level. So that is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points of healing to my friends.
You got it. Is there anything else I do on your turn?
I think she's gonna stay where she's at, so that is it.
Okay. With that, Friedrich, you're up.
Okay, still blinded, right?
You are still blinded.
Okay, I'm going to...
And Velphie is also blinded. Still.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to start off then with I'm going to cast the Chill Touch cantrip on Wolf and just try to hit him.
Okay, go for it.
It's a roll to hit at disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
I rolled the same number twice and neither are good. 15.
Meets his armor class.
Okay, it does damage then. 3d8. $16 points of necrotic damage.
Okay, how many points again? 16?
16.
16. Okay. Concentration check. He succeeds. He's still got it up.
Darn. Okay, I'm going to take the rest of my turn to run the fuck away. "30 feet over that away."
Okay, 30 feet over that away. Wolf.
And that's my turn.
Okay. It is Cat's turn. Cat cannot run towards Quirin or Ruby. It's technically running towards Ruby. And so what she's going to do, she is going to back up. She's going to use a fighting spirit or not a fighting spirit, excuse me. She's going to use a second wind, which means she gains a d10. She got 10 plus 11. Gains 21. That was a bonus action. And she is just going to stay over here. Sanctuary is still up. It is now Wolf's go. How far away are you?
Too far. Leave me alone.
Gets here.
Darn. Man, I should have missed you stepped.
And where's my ruler? Where did my ruler go? There it is. Can technically hit all three of you. Nope. Well, wait. No, it's 60 feet, isn't it? Yep, 60 feet. Will not hit Quirin. Will not hit Quirin. But gonna try something new. Ruby and Professor Friedrich, make me Constitution saving throws.
I'm gonna use my point of inspiration.
Okay.
For that was a natural 1.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay. What is my con? 13.
Fails.
3.
Fails. You both are going to take and be blinded until the start of his next turn. 68. 29 points of radiant damage. As that sunbeam goes off. And you both are blinded until the start of his next turn. It is now Ruby's go.
Okay. I already used my reaction, didn't I? Uncanny dodge.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, I did not like that. And I can't see anyone, right?
You are blinded. You kind of know where they are, so
Oh.
you could shoot wild, but...
Okay. I need to roll concentration on Hunter's Mark too.
Okay. With that being 29, you need to beat a 14.
Okay, I rolled a 19.
You're good.
All right. So since I still have my Hunter's Mark, I more or less know where Cat is.
Yes, but you cannot target them for Sanctuary.
Ah, little fucker. Well, damn. I don't know if I have any attacks I can make without seeing anyone. She grabs out her crossbow and is like, I think I could hit Cat. Oh, shit. And then just gives the bolt just like a little spin and casts a large fire of shadowy flame that kind of erupts around her. And it gives her resistance to radiant damage.
Nice. Okay.
And anyone that attacks me, they get shit that happens to them too.
Sounds good. So you all see that happen underneath the table where Ruby is. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
That is everything.
That is everything. You got it. With that, we're going to have Wasp is moving. Still cannot see where he is, but you know a general direction. Quirin does a 16 hit.
No.
Okay. does a... assume this does 29.
Perhaps, just maybe.
29 piercing damage.
Hey, I think we're gonna uncanny dodge that.
You are able to uncanny dodge and take 14 instead. And you hear above your head, pointing towards Professor Friedrich. Does a lack of violence only work when it's for you?
You'll notice I haven't attacked you yet.
You can't fucking see me.
I can't see anything at the moment.
You still didn't answer my goddamn question.
Violence is a tool. It can be wielded against evil or in the name of it.
And which are you? You wielded violence. You helped cause the cracks that swallowed so many that night. So how are you not one of the ones that are violent? How am I supposed to trust you?
Ask yourself what swallowed so many that night.
You breaking down our defenses.
Against what?
Everything outside.
And the one you bend your knee to is working with everything outside.
You lie. Roll me a persuasion.
$16.
17. And with that, Boar is now up. Boar is next to Quirin. Gonna take both of her attacks against you. First one is a natural 20.
Silvery barbs.
Next one
Thank
is... You can't see. Well, no. You didn't get hit with the next one. No, you can't see now. Let's see. Where's my baby? There she is. So that would have been a dirty 20 instead.
Oh, I should already use my reaction.
You
Damn it. Yeah.
did.
Damn it.
13 points of slashing damage. And the next one does not hit with a 2 on the die, as you hear her screaming as she rages. And with that, that is her go. It is now your go, Quirin.
Okay, I think we will try and slash her another time yet for a 17.
Misses.
Damn, that sucks. I need a bonus action to disengage and go 5, 10, 15, 5, 30. We'll go right there.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, that's it.
Okay, with that, Velphie, you're up.
Okay. Velphie, she looks between the masks that she can see, and she's going to cast Bane, which is...
Real quick, you cannot target cat. Sanctuary.
I can't target cat. I think we're still going to do it for the other two.
Okay.
So that is a charisma save of 16.
Wolf failed. 4 failed.
Sick. So that's a 1d4 against their attacks. And then as her bonus action, again, she holds up her hands and targeting herself and her friends, she's going to cast Mass Healing Word. Which is going to be 8, 9, 10, 11 points of healing.
Nice.
And then is she going to move anywhere? I think she's going to stay in this spot.
Okay.
So that's it.
With that, Friedrich, you're up.
Okay, I'm still blind, aren't I?
You are.
Can I cast Toll the Dead on Wolf?
You may try.
Now, it's not a roll to hit. It's a saving throw, but it targets an individual.
Okay. He'll get advantage on his saving throw. How about that?
Up to you.
He is baned. I don't know if that...
He is Bane.
It targets
That
saving
does-
throws as well.
Bane does affect saving throws. But the fact is Friedrich can't see where he is.
Okay.
So would he get advantage and then minus a d4, or Bane doesn't count?
Advantage with a d4, but he fails both.
It's an 18.
Yeah, he fails both.
Is he missing any hit points?
He is.
Okay, 3d12. 22 points of necrotic damage.
With that, he takes that in full. He rolled a 19 on the die for his concentration check.
Man, okay. Well, I don't know where he is, do I? Do I have no idea where he is at all?
You have an idea he's probably in front of you.
Can I just telekinetic shove that direction of me?
I think it's within 5 feet. Yeah, so let me go ahead and roll a strength save. He rolled a 9.
That does not pass. He goes back 5 feet.
Okay.
And then can I just run in the opposite direction of what I pushed?
Yeah, we can allow that. All right, you're running. Go for it.
I feel like I'm going to feel fire right about here and probably stop.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to run into fire.
With that, it is now Kat's turn. Kat is going to do... She is no longer scared of Quirin, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. She is going to bonus action cast Branding Smite. And she is going to run at Quirin and use all 3 of her attacks against you.
3?
She has 3. Okay. With that, the first one is going to be a 19 to hit.
We're gonna... That would hit, but we're gonna use a reaction and cast Shield.
Okay, using shield, she's going to attack again. She is taking this sword that has been on fire, same as your sword goes on fire, or old one used to. And her next attack is going to be a 25.
Yeah.
Okay. With that, you take 9 piercing. So again, 9 piercing, 7 fire.
Okay.
And she smites you. So you take 3 radiant. And she's got one more attack. For a 19 to hit, but with your shield up, I don't think that hits. She's going to action surge and do it all again.
Why?
All right. 13 doesn't hit. 21.
Doesn't.
And the next one doesn't hit either. All of their action surges fail.
Okay.
Thanks to shield. As she takes 6 attacks against you in one turn. That's Cat's go. It's now Wolf's go. Wolf, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Lines you all up. I need all 3 of you to make a concentration check. Not concentration check. Constitution saving throw.
I'm going to use my last luck point.
A dirty 20.
Dirty 20 passes, so you will take half.
18?
18 passes, you will take half.
13.
That's a failure. If you take half, you take 12 points of radiant damage, and you are not blinded. Velphie, you take 25, and you are currently blinded. That is Wolf's go. Ruby, you are up. You are no longer blinded.
All right. Oh,
Do I need to make a con save for the Bane?
Yes. So with 25, you need to beat a 12. Concentration check.
8.
You drop Bane.
Ooh, okay.
And with that, Ruby, you're up.
all right. All right. Gonna measure something. Oh, that's long way. Oh, that's also long way. Cool. All right. We can't get Cat anymore.
You can now. She attacked. Sanctuary has been blocked.
Sanctuary's blocked. Cat, you're mine.
Get
All
her.
right. Get her. I'm going to bonus action. Wait, Quirin's within reach of her. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna shoot crossbow. And while I'm shooting, I am just walking. So I will move up here. Give her 2 shot or a shot. Okay, it's 22 to hit.
22 hits.
Right. Sneak attack. And Hunter's Mark's dropped because I have Shadow of Moil up. And D8. And do I get to do the psychic damage again? Let's see.
If they fail their intelligence saving throw on their attack, she rolled for her intelligence on this one a 15.
Okay. What is my...
Your save is a 14.
A
You got
14.
this.
She
So...
rolled a 15.
Darn.
Dang it. Okay. Oh well.
But you get everything else. She's just not
Wow.
frightened of you. And you don't get to do the extra psychic, but you still get your sneak attack. You still get all the other stuff.
Perfect. Thanks for your patience. Okay.
Of course.
Fuck! I rolled so bad.
No!
Ugh. I got 3 ones and a
Oh,
2
no.
and a 3.
Oh, no. Hey, they're consequential. Oh, not consequential. What's the word?
Sequential.
Sequential.
There's no consequence because
They're inconsequential. Hey.
Yay! All right, so that's 6 plus 2, 8. So 16 points of damage. And I'm
Okay.
going to keep moving.
Does that
1,
include your sneak attack too?
2. That includes my sneak attack.
Oh, buddy. Okay. Alrighty. Well, she's still not looking very good as you do get that attack off. And it just
All right.
sticks lightly in her.
And I reach to my side and twist one of my little dolls off and crumble it. And I'm going to do Wails from the Grave on the boar.
Alrighty. That automatically hits too. So, and they both take the damage, correct?
I actually made a mistake last time, so the boar will take the damage, and then later on they will both take damage.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
So they take 7 points.
Hey, she takes that 7 and those whispers, and she just screams even louder. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Yeah, as a dual wielder, I just want to take this cat out as she's just walking forward. Shoot another crossbow bolt with my offhand.
Go for it. Alrighty.
That is a 18 to hit.
Just hits.
All right. 9 extra points of damage.
Alrighty. With all of her healing, she is still standing, but she's not looking good. And with that, is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
That's it.
Okay. Boar's turn is next. Boar turns and looks at Velphie. And there is a rage there. As she 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 gets right up near you. She's going to bonus action get behind you. And she's going to take her axe above your head and try to break your skull in half. First one is a 16 on the die plus 9 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. That is going to be 1d10, 7 plus 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus 3, 12, 13, 14. 14 points of slashing damage.
Velphie is down.
She's angry because you're the one that told her about a Beloff. Instead of telling her about Beltov, you lied to her and encouraged her to bring a bell to the ball instead of telling her what was happening. So I need you to roll me a d20 here. If you roll a 15 to a 20, she's going to attack you again.
11.
She just screams in your face. Goes to Professor Friedrich.
Ah, damn it.
I don't think that hits. Because let me just double check. She used... Actually, she can't. She's stuck here. She doesn't have the movement. As she just screams at Velphie's crumpled body. And with that, Quirin, you're up.
Well, shit. Okay. Hang on. Need to look at something. How bad do Wolf and Boar look?
Not hurt at all. Barely. Barely hurt, yeah.
That's not a fun answer. All right. I think he will use 5, 10, 15, 20.
Well, I shouldn't say barely, halfway. For a wolf.
Okay. He's going to use his bonus action to blink behind Wolf,
Okay.
giving him advantage on the attack that he's going to try.
Mm-hmm. Meaning you get sneak attack as
Yeah.
well.
For 28,
28 hits.
and we're going to booming blade it as well.
Okay.
It's a lot of numbers.
We like a lot of numbers.
We do like a lot of numbers, but this is okay. 12 thunder. 16 psychic. And then what does sneak attack count as?
Piercing.
Piercing. 18 piercing.
All right, let me do some math here. That's 18 plus 18. So what is that? 36?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With 36, he's got to roll a concentration check to see if Sunbeam stays up. He has to roll an 18. Okay. Concentration for Wolf. Okay, so just to tell you all, his constitution plus is a 6.
Ooh.
He rolled a 16. He
Plus
needed an
6.
18.
Oh, 10 on the die.
10 on the
total.
die.
Okay.
Sunbeam drops.
Oh.
Quirin, roll me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, yeah. 14?
Okay,
was it?
It's a 15.
Damn it. Okay, we're gonna use our reaction to give us a +4 arcane deflection on the save, but there goes our reaction already.
There goes your reaction. And hold on one second. Okay, so you are able to use your reaction to make it to where your sword does not bother you. And with that, Velphie, roll your death saving throw. Send it to me. Keep it private. And if you would like to share a memory of something that's going through your head as you were crossing into the other side.
So there's like a soft haze. She walks down this familiar hallway. She's short, like 7 years old height. And she's Flopsy in one hand and the other hand is like trailing along the wall. As she walks down this hallway, she hears a lute playing. And as she gets closer, she begins to hear the soft singing of her mom's voice. As she sings this song, Velphie walks through the door. She stands in front of her mom, and Lorelei smiles down at her as she continues to sing, but now directly to Velphie. And Velphie recognizes this tune as a special song that her mom wrote just for her. And then that haze starts to get thicker and thicker as the song grows softer and softer and it fades away.
And with that, Friedrich, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to hold my hand out, and as I do, an inky black tentacle comes out of my cloak sleeve and shoots towards Wolf as I cast 5th level Innervation, which is an 18 dex save.
18 dex save. Alrighty.
And boy, I hope he fails.
He rolled a 16
Total?
total.
This tentacle wraps around his neck and starts to squeeze. And as it does, it deals 4d8 necrotic damage.
Okay.
$25 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And as it squeezes, like this sort of green energy pulses out from him through the tendril and goes back towards Friedrich, where I heal for half of that.
As you drain his life, you get 12 points back.
And then I'm going to... I have a bonus action left. I'm going to use a bonus action to try to push Wolf away.
Okay.
But this thing stays around his neck.
He rolled a 16 plus.
He beat it.
Okay. So he's not pushed away.
Okay, so because of that, I'm going to stay put. But I am going to turn to Selin and say, look around. The corpses of the people you've slaughtered here today are those you claim to be protecting in Sydonea.
Selin turns around to you. I don't care anymore. Just the same way you didn't care that people were falling into pits. Same way you didn't care that if anyone else got hurt except for you and those you care for, I don't care anymore either. And she's actually going to hold her axe over Velphie. Maybe I should make you feel like you made me feel that night. Should I do that? Should I do that? And she just stares at you.
Do you have no desire left but to hurt other people?
I desire to hurt those that hurt me. You're one of them. She's one of them. Limbo is a collective of them. So you guess yes.
Well, then come get some.
And with that, it is Kat's turn. Kat is going to run up to Ruby, take all 3 attacks against Ruby.
Okay.
First one is going to be, she is going to bonus action. Wrong sheet. Use Branding Smite. Her first attack, as she brings this flaming rapier and tries to skewer you with it. First one is a 15. I think that misses.
Yep, misses.
26.
That hits.
All right. This is going to be 11 points of piercing, 9 points of fire,
Okay.
7 points of radiant.
All right. Radiant is halved while I have Shadow of Moil up, and I will uncanny dodge the 11.
You can uncanny dodge that whole bit.
Oh, okay. Uncanny dodge.
You got it. So you take half
That
of
was-
all of that. That was 7, 9, 11. So 25. So you'll take 12.
12. Okay.
Oh, wait, did I do it wrong?
I did it wrong. 27. 7 and 9 is 16 plus 11, 27.
Okay, so 27. So that is going to be 13.
Okay. And because they hit me with an attack, they take 2d8 necrotic from Shadow of Moil.
So why am I rolling? You roll that.
Ooh, okay. It is, what is 7 plus 5? 12 points of
12.
damage.
As you do 12 points to her, you notice necrotic does not mess with her as much.
Oof. Oof.
Mm-hmm. As the blood that is coming out of her mask because of how hard she's been beat is coagulated and old. And she's going to attack you again with her last attack, which is a natural 1. Okay. And she is actually going to hit herself with that. Alrighty. She hits herself and she is not looking good as she slices open. She went a little too far and ended up slicing herself on the way. She is still standing, but barely. As that is her turn. With that, it's Wolf's go. Wolf looks like he is barely hanging on by a thread. You can see fresh red, unlike cats, gurgling over the mask. But as that happens, you all see shadows start to consume him. And then with a loud popping noise, his body starts to shift. You see a green creature covered in spikes and fur with 4 horns coming out of its forehead. So on all 4s, and its tongue slithers out, especially since Friedrich's in front of it. It slithers out like a snake and almost touches you for how long it is. As it starts to pant. As he has wild shaped. So now it is going to take 1 attack against Quirin. Let's see. And it's going to try to bite you. That is not going to hit for a 15. It is going to now try to take its horns and get Quirin for a 19 plus 6 for a 25.
Yes, ma'am.
Alrighty, you take 9 points of piercing damage. And then it's going to take its tail and try to whack Professor Friedrich with it for a natural 20.
I guess there's nothing to do about that.
You take 6. Let's see. 6 plus 2 is 6 plus 4. 10 points
Okay.
of piercing damage as its tail gets lodged into your side as it whacks you very hard with it. As this green monster, large monster, is in front of you instead of the person who you just saw. So we're actually going to stretch him out a little bit. And with that, Ruby, you're up.
Okay. Just gonna check one of my feats. Okay, crossbow expert, ignore loading. Okay. All right, I am going to bonus action disengage
Okay.
from Cat.
Go for it.
Move over towards Velphie and I'm going to take 1 attack. 24.
24 hits.
Okay. So that is... Okay. And let's see, do they have to make another intelligence saving throw? Yeah, they can make a saving throw against a 16.
16. You got it. For intelligence for Boar, that is going to... She's not that smart. 13. So she is frightened of you.
Fails, so... Yeah. All right, so that is 18 points of damage.
18. You got it. Can we separate that into piercing and everything for me?
Yes, so it's 8 piercing and... Or 16 piercing and 2 psychic.
So 16 piercing. That would drop to 8. She is raging. And what was the other one? For the psychic?
Oh, this is against Cat.
This is against Cat. Oh.
Sorry,
How do you want to
sorry.
take... No, you're good. I thought you walked over to Boar and attacked her. How do you want to take out Cat?
As Ruby is trying to get closer to Velphie, it's just sort of one hand out to the side and almost like nonchalantly just arrow through the neck.
And as that goes in, this just thick, coagulated blobs, clots just start pouring out.
Immediately just turning around. And let's see, I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get on this side of Velphie. Use my bonus action to shoot at, let's say, the boar.
All right, go for it.
Ooh, 29 to hit.
That hits.
All right, and this one I get sneak attack.
Well,
all right, 6, 12.
why do you get sneak attack?
Because of Professor Friedrich. Being
You're going
within
for
5
Boar,
feet.
right?
Yeah.
Boar's right here. Professor Friedrich's next to Wolf, who is now this big green thing.
I think my dimension, not dimension 20, I think my roll 20 is behind. I see Boar right next to Professor Friedrich.
Okay. Yeah, Professor Friedrich has moved next to Wolf. Boar is down here, so maybe a refresh?
Yeah, I'll refresh the page.
How close do I have to be?
Within...
Like right next to her?
Yeah.
5.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, it's reloading, but it seems like...
I can reach my tippy fingers out and be like,
Let's see. Reload. Yep, there it is. Okay. I see now, but they're next to Velphie. Don't know if an unconscious person counts.
I don't think an unconscious person counts. I'm sorry.
I don't think so either. All right. Well, since they're... I probably wouldn't have moved closer if I knew that they were right here. Is it okay if I retcon and move Ruby back a little bit?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna, instead of coming down this way, I'll go just one down like that and shoot at Wolf.
Okay, shoot at Wolf. Go for it.
Who I think right now is like a lizard dinosaur?
It's like a lizard dinosaur looking thing, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 27 to hit.
27 hits.
All right. So that is 8, 14, 5, 19, 21 plus 8. 29 points of damage.
You do that 29 points of damage. It is not looking very good.
Yeah, neither does Ruby. She shoots that second crossbow and then like clutches her side a little bit as she's like wincing from the short walk over here.
Okay. And with that, is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
Think I'm tapped.
Okay. You're going to hear in the rafters, because he has not been shooting. And he is aiming this at Professor Friedrich. You help me get Violet out and I will not shoot again. Can I trust your word?
Yes.
Roll me persuasion.
I really, really mean it. 15?
All right, with a 15. We'll find out what happens later. As it is now Boar's turn. Boar is going to step over Velphie's body, come to Ruby, and attack twice. And she's going to make... She's not going to make these reckless, but she is going to attack twice. But I don't know if a 16 hits.
Oh,
She's going to use a luck point.
shit.
18 plus 9. Sorry. Don't worry, that's not much on the dice. That's 4, 6, 7, 9 points on the first one.
Okay, 9 points.
And the next one hits
I
with
don't know if
a
I'm-
25.
Okay. Yep, that hits.
Okay. 7, 10 points of slashing
Right,
damage.
uncanny dodge. Okay.
Okay, as she takes both of her attacks against you. And that is her turn. Quirin, you're up.
Shadow of Moyle.
Shadow of Moyle, that's what, 2d6s? Or 2d8s?
2d8. All right, that is 4 points radiant damage.
All right, you do 4 points of radiant damage. She looks fine. But
Right.
as you do that, she is going to use her reaction and cast... Oh, no, she can't. She's raging currently. She can't do that. Never mind.
Okay. With Shadow of Moyle, does it go off every time they hit me?
As long as you are holding concentration on it, I think. Is it not... Let's see.
It is concentration.
It is concentration. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll to see if you're holding it.
Okay, I rolled a 18.
18, you're still holding it. So she takes
Okay.
that damage, and whenever we take damage again, we'll have to roll the concentration for Moyle. But you still got it up.
Got it.
And with that, that's Boar's turn. Quirin, you're up.
So I forget what exactly we mentioned. If Quirin has his sword in hand, he can't use a psychic dagger. It's only, or is it only if? Hopefully this makes sense. Or is it only if he attacks with the sword that he can't make the bonus action attack?
Okay, I'd say you could drop the blade. The thing is like you can attack with other things. With cursed objects, you do, well, usually you do it at disadvantage. But what we're going to say is this one, as long as you're near it, you didn't leave it out. These psychic blades pretty much come from you. These aren't necessarily another weapon that you've picked up and started using. So we're going to say that these attack as normal. So yeah, you could drop it, take a side dagger, use it, and chuck it. I'm cool with that.
And then, am I also? I know we mentioned this too. Am I able to booming blade on the dagger or not? The melee attack.
If you use Booming Blade as your action to coat your psionic blade, you'd lose the extra bonus bonus action attack you could do with the Psy Blade, since it states that you have to have your action for Booming Blade, and the bonus action only goes into effect if you use the Psy Blade on itself. So yeah, so if you want to use both, couldn't Booming Blade the Psy Blade, but you could still Booming Blade the Psy Blade, just no bonus action.
Gotcha. All right. So we'll skip the Booming Blade and we'll try to make the 2 attacks. We're gonna stay within reach of Wolf, but move over here to flank it with Friedrich. So he's just dropping his sword, and then it looks like he's just going in for a punch on the lizard thing, but then the yellow psychic energy just kind of protrudes from his wrist and stabs into him. For a 18 to hit.
18 just hits.
Okay, thank God. Where's it? There you are. And that was at advantage, right? Since he's flanking.
Yes, since you are flanking.
Yeah. I just wanted to be sure. So I'll save that one. So that is 9 psychic. 17 piercing.
Okay, let me do some math here. Okay. As you get that attack off, the fur, the fuzz, all of that disappears, and now standing before you is Wolf again, looking extremely ragged, still standing, barely.
Okay, with that, then I think we'll use the extra attack and get him again.
Okay, go for it.
For dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
It's a D4. 4. 8 psychic.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, thank God. I think things are looking a little bleak, so he'll keep it simple. He's stabbing once, just into like the body, and then with the second one, if he's able to reach that high, just like making it look like a punch comes up and hits this thing in the face, but again with the blade shooting into his face, and as the blade enters, just like the area almost burns with a yellow light.
And when you go for his face, you break his mask. And is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Let's see, that was... So he's gone, so it was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Alright, then that'll be it.
Okay, with that, Velphie, go ahead and roll your next death saving throw. Is there a memory you wish to share?
As Velphie lies there, she starts to kind of smell this burning of wood. And then she sees a small campfire crackling in the night. And its warmth is a very welcome feeling on, like, the night is kind of chilly. And she looks up and she sees the top of a blue sphere that surrounds her. And then she turns to her right. She sees a red tiefling, black horns, dark hair, and these ruby red eyes. And he leans in and she feels the ghost of a kiss on her lips and like a soft fluttering in her stomach. And then it starts to fade as she thinks about the time she first kissed on Tyr.
And with that, Friedrich, you're up.
Okay, with Wolf now perished, I will run over and kneel beside Velphie and use my healer feat. Finally get to use it. I have a question about how it works, though, because it has two different things you can do, and I don't think they stack, but I want to read it to you and let you guess, or let you tell me. First one is when you use a healer's kit to stabilize a dying creature, that creature also regains 1 hit point. If you, as an action, you can spend 1 use of a healer's kit to tend to a creature and restore 1d6 plus 4 hit points to it, plus additional hit points equal to the creature's maximum number of hit dice. Creature can't regain hit points from this feat again until it finishes a short or long rest. If I use the second one on Velphie, does that count as just healing, or do I have to use the stabilized portion because she's down?
Considering it does specifically say stabilize.
Okay, so I will use that then. And Velphie is not just stabilized, but returns with 1 HP.
Okay, so Velphie, you're back up. And in the initiative again, Friedrich, is there anything else you wanted to do?
Selin, Rose saw reason. It's not too late for you to do the same.
She'll laugh. And everybody knows it now, Ro. Or did you forget we can all talk to each other?
Foolish. And I'm gonna push her.
Push her. Where are you pushing her?
Fool! I'm gonna use psionic push, so shove. Strength save, which is probably pretty good for her.
She rolled a 17 on the die plus 9.
She does not actually get pushed, but I go like, ugh. Anyway. And then I'm gonna back up some more. I think I used 5 or 10 feet to get there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Move by there.
Okay. And with that is now Ruby's turn.
All right. Now that Velphie is up, I'm going to bonus action disengage and move myself away from Boar. I'll go back up this way. 3, 4, and another arrow.
You got it.
27.
27 hits. Her intelligence
All right,
failed.
no. Her intelligence failed. All right, so psychic, and then get that sneak attack in there too. Okay, which one are psychic? I'll roll those separate. Okay, 5, 10, 18, plus 8. 26 piercing with the arrow,
Okay.
and psychic is 9 points of psychic.
You got it as you get that off. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
That is it.
You got it. And with that, Boar just looks at each of you. I will find a way to kill you yet. And she disappears. And at this time, you hear chuckling in the back corner. Unhinged. Chuckling. I see some of you are still alive. Wow, good for you. She can get all of you. I need you all to make a dexterity saving throw.
What's she casting?
Fireball.
Oh, goodness.
14.
14.
May I
26.
counterspell?
You may try.
4th level.
4th level, she casts this at 5th. You need to make a 15.
$14.
She cast it at 5th level. It still goes off. Make your dexterity saving throws, please.
19.
25.
Wait, can I also... Counterspell is also a reaction, right?
It is a
And I'm up.
reaction. You are up.
Could I also
You
try to
may.
counterspell?
What level are
Okay.
you casting this?
Let's see. I have no idea what level it is, so hold on, let me check my spell slots.
It's default 3rd.
Default.
So I
Okay, I
think
used all
I
my
did 4th because
third.
I was out of 3rds.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna do 4th level. It's
Okay.
the
Roll
next one I
a
have.
plus your spell modifier. Roll a d20. You need a 15.
Plus the modifier.
You need a d20, and then add your spell modifier to it.
Oh, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Counterspell. 6th level. Y'all tried to counterspell her.
Can I counterspell that counterspell?
You've already used your reaction.
No, you're right. Darn.
But she does use another counterspell as she wants this to go off. Roll me your dex saves.
Does the same one count, or do we roll them again?
The same one counts. What'd you get?
19.
Okay.
14.
Okay.
26.
26?
Yeah.
All right, 26 and
And
25. You both pass. You needed to beat a 20. You take half of 10d6s.
Asian.
Yeah,
You have evasion. They don't hit you at all. For those 2 that failed, you take 34 points of fire damage. Velphie, you take half.
Oh, I'm still down anyway.
And then Professor Friedrich.
Friedrich falls over. But then, out of this fiery mess, you see a green hand shoot up as I use my orcish ability to come back at 1 HP. And I call that because I forgot what it's called. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, looks like we've gathered some tricks up our sleeve. I'll get you next time. But I've got what I came for. Bye.
Can we see her?
She's in one of the hallways. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. 16.
You see, she rolled a 17 on the die, but you do see 1. She's got see pair. As the masks leave Limbo, one of you is down. The rest of you are pretty hurt. What are you doing?
If I am able to cast a hunter's mark on Sea Pear as she's being dragged away, I would like to try.
How far does it go?
It's a good question. Hunter's mark is 90 feet.
Okay. Roll me a d20 because Fireball can go 150. So we're going to see if she's going to be in that range. If it is higher than a 13, we'll say she's within that range.
$15.
It's higher than a 13. You are able to cast Hunter's Mark on her. And as you do that, does Hunter's Mark last regardless of where they are?
Yes. I will just have advantage on perception or survival checks to try to find them.
Okay. Sounds good. I will remember that. And how long does that last?
I believe until the spell ends.
And when does the spell end?
1 hour?
1 hour. Okay, so you have access to that for 1 hour. Alrighty, you're able to cast that off as they disappear further or out of limbo. Everything is on fire. Things are catching on fire. But before we get too far into what we're going to do next, this was a very hard battle. And not just on you. We need to roll and see what happens to our NPCs. Whether they have made it out or not. And it's going to depend on your rolls. Velphie, roll for Chorus.
Chorus. It's a natural 1.
All right. Ruby, roll for Kara.
Okay. 16.
Okay. Friedrich, roll for Kalandra.
That made my tummy hurt. Oh, so nervous.
Can I roll for Beltov? I'm sorry. Natural 20.
Okay. Quirin, roll for Golmac.
Mm. It's a natural 1.
Okay. Velphie, roll for Carlel.
15.
Okay. Ruby, roll for Beltov.
Okay. It's a 7.
Okay.
I have 1 point of inspiration. If I can use it, I will.
With a 7, you do not need to.
Okay.
Professor Friedrich, roll for Hara.
Nine.
And Quirin, roll for Sunshine.
11.
Okay. With that, what are you all doing?
I'm going to go to Velphie and try to stabilize her. I don't have any medicinal stuff. I have my healer's kit. I can't restore HP with it, again, until a long rest, but I can use it to stabilize without a medicine check.
Go ahead and use your healer's kit.
So I did. And so she's stabilized. Still at 0 HP, though.
So you're not making death saving throws right now, Velphie.
While he's tending to Velphie, I'll go up and kind of keep guard over both of them and keep an eye out for the voice that we heard Professor speaking to that we couldn't see.
Roll me a perception check.
It's a 1, but I do have reliable talent, so it's a 16.
So it's 16. With a 16, you do see In one of the back corners, a black dragonborn with very simplistic clothing.
She nods over to Quirin and glances in that direction.
He looks over. I think this is the first time he's used this, but mentally, everyone hears Quirin talk. So what should we do? Just leave it? Finish it? And he's just keeping his eyes on this Dragonborn, not looking anywhere else.
And you do get the sense he is looking right back. As if he feels... Roll me human perception, please. Not human perception, wrong game. Roll me insight.
My human perception is better than my insight. 12?
With a 12, you get the sense like he is ready to run if he needs to. But he was just promised something, and that being promised that is holding him steady.
I'll just look up and call out then and say, deal is a deal, Ro.
Then let's go.
Where is she?
You can tell he like takes his teeth and like rubs them along the outsides of his fangs. She is in the underground, under Theron's care.
Why does that name sound so familiar?
Roll a history.
Does he run the clever slug? Never mind. Let me roll a history. Let me just roll instead of guessing. 21.
With a 21, that is the vampire that owns Pleasures,
The other pleasures, okay.
that wanted to take out the Shadow Syndicate because the underground is his.
Under Theron's care with the power to leave, or is she prisoner?
What do you think?
I can't speak for everyone else here. I can help. I need to rest first, or I won't be any good.
He looks like he is like antsy, like the whole like foot tapping, like he wants to go now. Violet's not here. Violet's down there. They know that he has pretty much betrayed the order now. First thing?
First thing.
And how can I trust you not to let us fall again? He's looking at you and Velphie, but Velphie is unconscious. I know we're not friends. I don't desire friends. The only person I care about is down there. But someone you did care for, you didn't tell.
Are you expecting perfection from me? Some sort of sainthood? Have I fallen short of glory or something?
No, I look for the worst in everybody. Violet's the one that looks for the best. I'm just trying to make sure you don't fuck me over again.
We'll go first thing. All you have right now is my word, but is that enough for you?
If you break it, I will kill you.
Likewise.
And he just looks down at his feet and gets quiet.
I wish to know why they came in and took Sea Pear. Your weapons and your tactics were effective. That steel can cut bone. Why? Where are they taking her?
Probably where they take all traitors. To the pit. I'll try to get information out of her. I haven't been a part of the masks very long, so I don't know much.
Did you join the masks after Violet was taken?
I joined when you put Violet's life in danger.
I know we have a transactional relationship right now, and that's enough for right now. But I think if you stick with us long enough, you may see that the danger is not what you think it is.
And what is it?
You'll see soon enough. You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Alrighty then.
Were there any others with you?
What do you mean with me?
As in, you're the last mask here, or are we still in danger?
They cut me off, so I don't know.
We need to ensure that Limbo is secure.
Considering they got what they came for, I'm assuming they're gone. It's part of the plan.
They're also all liars, so we should still verify.
Well, you're a liar by omission, so at least they say something.
With Velphie stabilized, I will. Can I get up and look around? Is there anyone else in the room that's injured?
Roll me a perception check.
18.
With an 18, next to the tree, you do see the mangled body of Golmak, as it looks like he was trying to protect it. You don't see anyone else in this room, though.
Golmak is deceased.
Golmak is deceased.
Probably has been for how long?
The tree was burning when you all started this fight, so at least 30 minutes.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out my sending stone to axe and just say, Axe, it's Friedrich. Are you and your brother okay?
You get a response pretty quickly. Yeah, they ushered us. They called me small, but they ushered the kids into a cellar locked door Kids are fine. Are you?
I can't respond, so. But, I just look at the others, at Ruby and Quirin, and I guess Velphie's unconscious still. So we need to find a way to rouse Velphie and make sure this place is secure. Are you two okay?
You're okay if you're alive.
Yeah, breathing. Good enough.
Good enough. And I will get up and... Do I happen to know where this cell would be that Axe mentioned?
I'm trying to think if you would. Roll me a history. If you roll high enough, I'll tell you.
16.
With a 16, it's on the way to Harrah's. You pass it every morning to go put the wards up. It's a little deeper in. It's close to where they school the kids.
I'm gonna head that way.
Okay.
And just tell the group I'm gonna go look for the others. I think they're sequestered away, but if there's a few of them that can help tend to everyone, then we can secure this place. And then plan our next move.
Right. I guess we could take Velphie to Kara's. See if there's any healing that she might have. Have to be careful.
Yeah. I can try to carry her.
Wherever we need to bring her, let's do it soon.
Before I pick Velphie up, are the bodies of Wolf and Cat here?
They are.
Can I go pick up their masks? I think Wolf's got broken.
When Quirin hit Wolf for that last hit, it did shatter a part of his mask.
I pick up the main piece of each.
Okay.
Just stow them away.
You were able to do so.
And then I'll pick up Velphie.
You're able to pick up Velphie. Quirin, you were going to say something?
I was just gonna say when Fred is doing that, Kieran will go over to the bodies as well, just see if they had anything else on them.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
It's a 24.
With a 24. For Cat. Cat had armor of necrotic resistance. It's light armor. A flame-tongued rapier. And a short bow. +1.
And just while he's going between the two, mentally, he's also looking if there happens to be any healing potions, just to see if there'd be something for Velphie now.
Okay. With how highly you rolled, you will find 2 potions of greater healing. And you also find on Wolf's body boots of speed, which pretty much you click your heels and for 10 minutes you get a dash action without having to use your action. So his movement instead of 30 was 50 or 60, excuse me. A dagger of venom and hide +1 armor.
Okay. And just while he's going through all that mentally again, he'll take one of those healing potions, and whoever is closest to Velphie, he'll just throw it at him, just like the underhand toss over. And then mentally, Is this Ro really someone that we want to trust? I mean, he hasn't attacked us again yet, but also was part of a party that came over here to hurt and kill, pointing at Golmac, others. And now he wants us to leave here. And I mean, he said that they completed their task, but I don't feel good about leaving.
It sounds like Quirin, but in her head, she's asking, I just need to make sure, because there's a lot of different voices in here.
It's me. You talked to Beltoff last night. You've been here like a week or so, if that helps to prove something.
Oh, it does. An emergence of a new voice can be unsettling. Trust is a commodity. And I think based on what the Sphinx said, it's a commodity we ought to give. And I'll bend down and feed Velphie potion.
All right, go ahead and roll. I think with a greater. Is 44 plus 4, yes. So go ahead and roll that for me.
4. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 13 points back. And she'll just clean off a little bit of blood out of your hair, just like kind of wiping it as you're waking it up.
So, yeah, Velphie, she slowly opens her eyes, and I imagine she sees Ruby leaning over her. And she just kind of like a hoarse voice. Are they still here?
There is one who seems to be on our side, but the worst is over, except for blood in the hair. It's hard to get the smell out.
She just nods. Who is it?
I believe the name that was uttered is a friend of Violet's. I don't think I heard the name in which he is called, but they're very concerned about their friend.
Is it Dragonborn?
It is.
Okay. And she sits up and looks around, and she'll start to get up slowly.
And she'll
What?
just... Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, what happened?
It was... At the very end, there was fire that erupted from the laughing voice with the strange chameleon mask. I only caught a glimpse as they were taking Seapair away. This one, and she looks at Ro, decided it was worth helping us if we could help them in return. And she'll lean in. And I think Quirin might be a little on edge about it. We don't have a history with them, so it's quite understandable. Do you trust this bargain that Professor Friedrich has struck?
I'm recalling Velphie has seen how Ro and Violet have interacted before. She tried to make a check to see if it was romantic or not, and I think she failed that. But could she tell that there's like a very deep connection there?
You got the sense that Ro cared deeply or cares deeply about Violet.
Okay. Well, person that I assume he wants to go after, he cares a lot about them. I don't think he would lie about that.
And for someone you care for, it would make sense to go after them. If there's that much care possible.
And then when you say people you care for, she kind of like goes alert and looks around, and she's like, have you guys seen anyone else? Have you seen my dad on here? Anybody else?
I haven't seen anyone yet, but I think they might be sequestered somewhere safe. I spoke with Axe.
Good. Well,
Would you like to find them, Velphie?
I would.
All right.
I need to make sure that they're okay.
I'll help you stand up.
She's a little wobbly. But she'll... Oh, jeez. She wouldn't know where her dad would have been because he wasn't there when... Okay. So I think, knowing that, she'll probably start walking into the direction of the cells.
Okay, so you're walking towards the prison.
Yeah.
All right. If you're walking that way, is everybody following, or are we going in different directions here?
I would follow, but can I first ask, can I look and see, when I took the masks off of Wolf and Cat, do they, either of them look familiar?
They do not. But when you take the mask off of Cat, she's got this gray parlor to her skin. Like she's half alive, half dead. But other than that, they do not look familiar, not these two.
Okay, I'll go with them to the cells.
And what is Quirin doing?
What's Ro doing? Because he's focused on Ro.
He's leaned up against the wall, arms crossed, keeping an eye, making sure his back is to a wall so no one can stab him in the back, and he's just watching you all. Because, roll me a insight, please.
17.
Okay, you get the sense, his feet are, nervously tapping. He wants to go back, but he needs help to go back and can't do it on his own. And he seems also nervous. He just betrayed the masks. He's probably going to be on the chopping block next. An assassin will probably be sent for him next. So he seems nervous, but he's also trying to hold that, stoic look. Because he's 6.5 feet tall, big boy. Trying to make himself look beefy, even though he feels small.
I think Quirin will keep his distance, probably just stand close to where Velphie was. Just still, sword in hand, and just mentally say, and Velphie was included in this as well, so she would hear everything in the mind. I think I'll stay here with Ro, just to be sure. But we can talk here for a while yet. And he's just gonna do the same. He's gonna find something to lean up on, hand on sword, and just wait, just watching him from a distance. But
Okay. And as you're doing that, just so I know, is this Rary's telepathic bond? Can they respond back to you?
yeah. Anyone can talk at any time. It's just what's the exact name of it? It's just a subclass trait of the soul knife.
Got you. Can they talk to you? Like, if you don't initiate it first, can they talk to you?
Yeah, it's an open channel.
It's an open channel. Cool. Alrighty, so you'll have an open channel available to you. As Quirin, you stay in there, and we'll come back to what happens in there in just a bit. Velphie, you're heading down to the cells. What are you doing?
She's trying to go as fast as she can, down to where she last, to the cell that they took on tier 2. She's just trying to go as fast as she can.
After a while, you are able to get to the cells. There's not a whole lot of people down here, as this isn't apparently where the fight was taking place. And as you get down there, the cells are empty.
Yeah, they took him or he's dead. Somewhere. Did anyone see him take untier? Anyone? And then she turns around to leave. And I think she's on a mission to find her father now. So she didn't say anything. She's just walking back, and she's just going to go around and check everywhere.
Okay. And while Velphie walks off to try to find Chorus, Ruby, what are you doing?
I think she probably would have followed Velphie, but would have had to catch up because she wanted to see the face of the cat person. Take like a good hard look and commit it to memory, and then catch up. And is a little bit speechless just at like the recognition that more people could have been taken. So she'll silently follow Velphie and for the most part is doing her best to be vigilant, and is not following Velphie because she is looking for someone, but primarily because she doesn't know if everyone that did attack is actually gone.
Okay. So you were able to follow after Velphie, staying vigilant. Go ahead and roll me a perception check, please.
It's a 19.
Alrighty, I'll keep that in mind. Professor Friedrich, what are you doing?
I'm going to do something similar. I'm going to look around and see if I can find everyone.
Okay, where are you heading?
I don't know where Velphie was heading in particular. I guess I would head to like the dormitories.
Okay. The dormitories that you all stay at?
Yeah, or unless I know of other ones.
Okay. So you head back to the dormitories that you all stay at, and roll me a perception check.
6.
Okay, with a 6, you don't find anybody down these hallways. It's almost like they were escorted or they ran somewhere else, like this was part of procedure. If these alarm bells go off, they had a specific place to go. For those who have been here a long time.
Okay. Can I go up to Seapear's office?
Yeah, okay. Go ahead and start making your way to Seapear's office. Velphie, we're going to pan to you. Where you're just searching everywhere?
Yeah, she's like going down, whatever first hallway she sees, just checking to see if there's any bodies, and if she does see a body, she'll turn him over and check, and because she's looking for her dad.
Alrighty, roll me a perception check.
21.
21. As you start checking the hallways and going different places, as you start making your way down the family quarter, you do find Karis's body outside the door to your home. Like he was running to go get you.
She's going to run over and immediately check to see if he's alive.
With the nat 1 from earlier, he has been gone for about 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
I think she just stares at him and she doesn't know what to think. She doesn't cry. She puts her hand on the side of his face. And she just softly says, "I love you so much. And now you're with Mom." And she might just sit there for a while. Just like holding his hand. And I think just as like a last attempt, she's going to cast message, even though she knows it doesn't go very far. And she's just going to say, "Antir, are you around? Are you still here?"
You do not get a response.
Do I have any spell slots? I do. Can I upcast sending?
You may.
And again, targeting Antir. "Are you okay? Please tell me you're alive. Are you still in limbo?"
You do not get a response.
I think Velphie, she just was kind of gone at this point, just kind of sitting there, just with her dad, until she figures out what to do next.
And Ruby, while all this is happening, Little Blue starts to talk.
She has her back to Velphie, her crossbow out. Standing close by, but staying vigilant. And whenever Little Blue starts to talk, she gives a tiny jump. Like a guard that was waiting for something.
And you feel Little Blue leave like that little hammock you've made it. And you just start hearing small chants. No, 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 no.
Ruby tries to not engage in order to give Velphie space, but will also just with one hand hold out her hand just to try to call the little ghost back.
And roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. 22.
Okay, with a 22. With a 22, it does come back, but you hear little broken sobs from it.
In between hearing Velphie and then hearing this little ghost cry, a lump rises in her throat. And she'll just whisper to Velphie, "Take your time. I'm watching, so you can take your time."
There's nothing I can do.
Roll me a history check, Velphie.
$24.
Okay. With a 24, you have a scroll of resurrection. But I will say it is probably the only scroll of resurrection you all as a team will get. I don't know if you have it or Professor Friedrich has it, but one of you
No, I
has
have
a...
it. Yeah, I see it in mine. I think recalling that she pulls it out of her bag, her little bag of holding that's on her hip. She looks at it. She looks at it for a while. And then just kind of like not directly to Ruby, but like just out loud. I think he's happier with Mom. They can finally be together again. And then she puts the scroll back into her bag. And then she straightens up her shoulders. What's our next move, Ruby?
I am very sorry, Velphie. If you wish to move away, we can. But I've been to several funerals. I've been to several sites of loss. a moment for yourself is not a bad thing. I can also, if it's helpful, move him, make him comfortable.
Yeah.
I want to help you, too.
Yeah. And then Velphie will start to like kind of like, I guess, prop him up against the wall. I imagine he's just like kind of like sprawled out on the floor. So she starts to move him, lean him up against the wall. And again, she'll look at him, run her fingers down his cheek. I love you so much, Dad. And I'm so glad that I got to see you again. How and to Ruby. How about the others? Is anyone else alive?
There was talk of cells. A cell, I believe, that Professor Friedrich said this people sequestered into. I don't know who was there, though. And she'll, just while they're talking, just kind of guide little Blue down as well to, like, I guess, ruminate or just kind of get her away from her head while she's talking with Ruby. Or with Velphie. Just, yeah. So she's probably pretty close to Karis now. The little ghosty.
You just hear those little broken sobs.
What do you need? We can search for him.
I want to find him. Me too.
And we will.
We will.
And with that, we're going to pan over to Professor Friedrich. Professor Friedrich, you're heading your way to C. Pear's office?
Yes.
Okay. As you start making your way to C. Pear's office, you start hearing voices.
Do I recognize him?
Roll me a perception check.
9.
You just hear voices. You can't distinguish what they're saying.
I'll try to. Are they within the office or?
They're kind of, as you're walking towards the office, they're walking away from the office.
Towards me? Or...
Towards you, yes.
I'm going to make myself small against the wall. Try to hide.
Roll me a stealth check.
10.
Okay. As you make yourself small, you feel really well hidden. You see coming around the curve first is Beltov. He looks bloodied, bruised, angry, and dressed in his battle leathers, ready to go. See, Pear is behind him.
Okay.
And as Beltov is walking, Professor Friedrich, you don't blend into the wall as well as you might think.
It was worth a try, but I'm a little tired right now.
I think we all are. Would you follow us, please?
Sipar, how are you?
You can tell she is hurt. One of her brown and orange wings appears to be broken. And it sounds like she's trying to talk Beltop down from something. Professor, I'm about as good as anybody else is at the moment. Just follow us, please. Beltov, you know that this is not a good idea. You need to sleep. You need to rest before you decide to go back out there. This is not the best time. Limbo needs you at this moment. And Beltov is just making his way towards the center of Limbo.
Can I walk alongside Beltov?
Yeah.
Sipar's behind him?
Sipar is following behind him, yes.
Can I lean into Beltov and in a hushed voice say, "We were under the impression that they kidnapped Sipar."
I know.
So you have no concerns then?
What are you implying?
There's a lot of interesting magic out there. This is Sipar?
Yes, this is Sipar. Antir decided to disguise himself as Sipar and is with the masks right now, so I am trying to get him back. So would you like to join me or not?
He's in Sydonea?
Probably. I don't know where they went after they left, but I'm assuming if they decided to send a whole reconnaissance, whatever kind of mission this was, a kidnapping, whatever, it was very well organized, so I'm assuming they had a way back.
As it would just so happen to be, our interests align.
So we're actually friends this time?
I mean, we can be mundane friends.
That's just fine for the moment. And he just looks pissed.
One more thing. A member of the attacking party has laid down their arms in interest of a larger goal. They're in the main room right now.
And you're going to trust a mask?
I am, because I knew them before they wore a mask. And they knew me before I was at Limbo.
Professor, if this is... Just keep an eye out on them. I would hate to have to kill your friend.
Same.
Because they had information on coming here. They had to have. And I haven't quite gotten a list of names of who is currently missing.
Well, I've had interactions with more than a few loose ends myself, so...
Just be prepared to kill them if they decide they want to turn their back on you. But are you with me or not?
Yes, and I'm sure Velphie will be, and I'm relatively certain Ruby and Quirin will as well.
Or would you like to gather them in the main entrance?
I don't know where they are right now, but we can go there, and I'm sure we'll gather them.
Professor Friedrich, this is not a good idea. We just got attacked and you two are already planning some kind of siege on Sydonea. How is that going to work?
I don't plan to lay siege to Sydonea.
He does.
Now, Beltov, you told me you were going to get on tier. A rescue mission is not a siege.
Why can it not be both?
Well, they're generally antithetical to each other. If you want to rescue someone, you are trying to get them out. If you're going to lay siege, you're trying to keep everyone else in.
Well, then you sneak in. What do you think I've been doing for the past month?
I completely agree. Sneaking inside is not a siege, though. We can argue semantics later, though.
But you could have it. He looks frustrated at you. You could have a distraction on the outside, send forces to make it look like some kind of siege. I don't know. I just want the whole place to fucking burn.
And I'm sure that's all a part of your well-thought-out plan, which we will learn of in due time.
God, are you always this up your own ass? And he just keeps on walking. And at this time, Quirin, you do, with being out in the main area, there are some people that are starting to congregate towards the center area as you hear like the little rings of not an alarm bell, but a very quiet little alarm that's going off, and people are starting to make their way towards the center of Limbo. Ro is still very quiet, has not moved, looks like he belongs in the wall. But you do see at this time Beltov and Pear are making their way out of one of the corners, one of the walkways, one of the tunnels.
I think with more people slowly filing in, he was standing a little ways away, but the more people that do file in, he'll just walk a little closer. Still not like right next to him, but closer. And just stoically leaning up against something, watching him. How'd you get here?
There was an informant.
Yeah, who?
Red tiefling woman didn't ask too many questions.
Name? Anything?
Maka used to own a potion shop. They gave her a ring of mind shielding to get through the door.
And he'll just keep looking over where Golmak is, or at least was, unless he's been taken care of. And if there's anyone else around that looks hurt or killed even, let's take a second and look at all of them. What, you proud of yourself?
I don't care who gets in my way as long as I protect Violet. And you all put her in danger the minute you blew up our protection ward.
Right.
So don't come at me saying, am I proud of myself? You have no idea how many of us you've killed too.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that just lets you kill whoever else you wanted. I didn't realize that's a valid justification for innocent people who wanted nothing to do with this.
Everybody
just
here
wanted to
wants
live.
something to do with this. Don't you know that they're ex-order members, most of them?
Why are they seeking refuge here? Away from everything else.
Because they didn't want to be in the city anymore. They wanted to betray us and what we stood for.
Cool justification for hurting innocent people to get away. It's great.
He just looks you up and down. Don't act like you haven't done the same.
I've never done this. This is much different.
A rebel camp. Ones who killed innocent people, who killed children because they took down the wards. Or do you not know of how it split the earth in two, and this creature came from the bottom and started dragging people into the pits? All because you all decided to get rid of our protection.
I never remember making such decisions.
Well, you're a part of the organization that did.
And you were part of the organization that did all this.
Eye for an eye, I guess.
Yeah. You said they broke communication with you. And what happens to people who usually do that? Who usually betray?
Well, they usually used to send Fox after us, but there is no Fox, so they're probably all going to try to find a way to murder me and murder Violet by association. So the faster I can get to Violet is all I care about.
For you, sooner the better. I hope they find you as soon as possible.
Hmm. And he just gives that noise and then just stares at you. And you can see
I'll
like a
stare back.
little bit of his like breath is starting to turn this greenish haze in his anger.
What, are you gonna do something?
Not until one of you breaks your word.
I can't wait for the day. I cannot wait.
Good for you.
I know this. Stay there, staring at him.
And he just stares right back and he does not cow.
Notice Quirin just stoically leaning, just hand on sword.
I love it. As you two are having a death stare towards each other, and you do see Pear, Friedrich, Beltov all walking into this room. We're going to pan over to Velphie and Ruby.
Does Velphie know that she has access to everybody via telepathy?
Didn't Quirin tell everybody? Okay.
Yeah, he told
Did he?
everyone.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. So I think she'll down that pathway to everybody. Where's everyone? What are we doing next?
And we can all hear all this?
Indubitably, everyone hears it.
I'm with Beltov and Pear heading to the main chamber. We know where Antir is.
She immediately stands up as fast as she can, and she starts making her way over.
Just follow. And just as a response, very curious. Very curious.
Velphie doesn't know that they took Pear, right?
Didn't Ruby tell everybody?
Okay, that's right. Because I know she was unconscious when it happened. So, okay. Yeah, she makes her way over.
Okay. And as you all start to congregate in the center of Limbo, Pear is there. Again, looks broken, looks kind of beat up, has a broken wing as she starts to take the center and starts to talk to the civilians of Limbo. But while she is doing that, Beltov pretty much starts gathering the four of you.
And Quirin will follow, but he's always, if he can still see where Ro is, he's watching.
I love it. Professor Friedrich.
Have more people made their way out to the main area?
They have. They're slowly starting to pile in. There are a lot of injuries, a lot of bruises. Roll me a perception check.
14.
14. You do see Calandra. You see Axe and Z. You see Sunshine.
As I see each of them, I'm going to just raise my hand up at them in recognition, but smile at Calandra.
The two boys look nervous, and Axe looks a little pissed off that he didn't get to participate and help. Sunshine does see Golmack and rushes over there. Calandra makes her way to you. I don't know what happened. Have you seen Antir anywhere? I can't. I don't know where he is. I don't know where my boy is. Do you know where my boy is?
Well, you know he's clever. We have reason to believe he disguised himself as Siper, and they took him. We think he's in Sydonea.
She kind of like loses the stability in her knees and has a hard time like holding herself up as she looks at you.
Now try to support her.
They're gonna kill him. They're gonna kill him.
That's where we're going now, and you know how resourceful he is.
What can I do? What can I do? What do you need me to do?
Well, I don't want to tell you what to do, but there's a lot of people here that could use your abilities.
And you're gonna get my boy back?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go put my hands to work, and she will start walking off and just healing everybody she can find.
And as she walks off, I'll call out to her. Please take care of yourself, too.
And she'll turn around. She'll rush back over to you, give you a tight squeeze, casting Cure Wounds at the same time. So go ahead and take 14 points of healing. And she will walk off and start taking care of people again.
Cool. So I've been sitting at 1 HP this whole time. I'm hassling for breath.
Yeah, it's a rough day. And Beltov is going and finding each of you. He does leave, and he finds Ruby and Velphie. Ruby, roll me a not human perception and insight, please.
Ooh, okay. Insight. 23.
With a 23, something is slightly different. People are looking at Beltov like he is a monster. And his eyes are a little darkened. But the same kind of like avoidance people give you, they are giving him too. When he starts walking towards someone, people give him space. He will not make eye contact with Velphie. We need to get your group together. That is, if you are with me. And he looks like he's looking around to try and find someone else. I think we have multiple missing. And I am heading to Sydonea tonight, or starting that way, if you are with me.
Do you know where he is?
I have an idea.
I'm going.
But he is alive.
I don't know.
Whatever you need from me.
There was speak of Siper being present, but I did see Siper being taken hostage. Was I wrong?
Antir is very deceptive.
And And you see Velphie, she closes her eyes. She lets out this breath. But she smiles a little bit. We have to go. We have to get him back.
Gonna pull on my hunter's mark. Can I still feel the spell active?
It's been probably 40 or so minutes, so it is still active, and it feels very far away.
He's alive, Velphie.
How do you know?
Caught a glimpse whenever they were leaving and sent out a tracker. It's not going to last much longer, but it wouldn't be there if he were gone.
Good.
They've made great pace.
And so will we. And then she looks at Beltoff very seriously. What's the plan?
Let's get everyone else. And he looks like he's looking for someone else. And then he starts, as you all are making your way towards Friedrich and Quirin, calling for Mech. And Mech never answers. Takes a deep breath and then gets you all back together. We can head out now. Golmac had a transportation circle leading to the Druid farm that could get us there and to Sydonea in 2.5 days. We're not as quick as they are, but we could at least get there quicker that way. I don't know any other ways faster than that.
Neither do I. I think that's our best bet.
What of the bargain? And she looks at the rest of the group.
She has to come too. You made a promise.
I don't mean to promise for all of you, though. We're going to the same place, but if you're not in agreement, we can split off.
I know he cares for Violet deeply. And if it's anywhere what I feel for Antir, then he's not going to stop. He's going to do whatever it takes to get her out. I think he's a good ally.
I agree. I think what happened here today is only a small taste of what is now inevitable to come.
I'm not one to walk on eggshells. At some point, there will be a choice, correct? One person over another? Who goes first?
Well, I don't find myself very fond of Rose, so anyone but him, I'm fine with.
Are we going for first?
Beltoff, do you know, where is your idea of where Antir is?
I'm assuming he'll be held in the pit. There are cells behind it.
And Violet is in the underground as well. Not in the pit, but close proximity.
Okay. I will say, once we go into that pit, we're probably going to be caught and we'll need to get out.
It's possible that once we have liberated Violet, she may aid us. Ro and her may both aid us. I can't guarantee that, but they'll see what we know.
Do we wish to go for his ally first, then? Either way, we're going to have to make this quick.
I choose on tier.
I think I do too.
Velphie already lost too much.
I need him back. He's all I have left. So I choose him.
Then what do we do with him?
It's possible he'll agree. At this point, him and Auntie are both former masks.
If he doesn't agree, though, I have ideas.
Tell him we get on tier out, we get Violet out too. But he has to help us first.
I will say, if we go into where I'm assuming that they are holding Anzir, I don't know if you will have the option.
So you're saying it's get Violet first or get Violet not at all?
Once you go into those cells, you're going to trigger, I think, probably trigger an alarm, and you're going to need to get out. I am game for either, but do know if you set foot in those, if we set foot into those cells, they're going to know we're there. There's a reason we haven't traversed that far yet.
And there's no possibilities of other turncoats. No possibilities that someone else down there would find themselves advantageously aligned with us if offered the right bargain.
Do you wish to chance it? Of course, we have people on the inside, but we don't have anybody in those cells.
Seems like a chance anyways.
I will do as you all wish. I don't care for this. And he looks over at Ro. I don't know who he's trying to get.
He and his partner were Order members, much like Velphie and I, before everything. It seems that after the attack, Violet was taken, and he resorted to the masks, possibly as a means to get her back.
Well, this is all up to you. But as soon as we step into those cells, we are going to have a very hard time getting back out.
Well, I mean, you all tell me. I know where I want to go, but you guys are also more familiar with Roe than I am. So if you decide that way, then do it. But
There are more masks than the ones we faced here today. Everyone that we can turn to our side eliminates an opponent at the same time. So we can be certain that any masks that are not aligned with us will absolutely be out to kill us.
Perhaps
think-
it makes sense. Oh, go ahead, Velphie.
Oh, you're good.
Perhaps it makes sense for us to assist in getting Ro there. And perhaps we part ways. It would be easier for him and Violet to sneak out if it were just them, correct? It's advantageous if there's less. Especially if we serve as some sort of distraction. Getting on tier. Watch what one hand does while the other is behind the back.
Velphie looks at Beltov. You've been coming in and out of Sydonea, so clearly you know there's a way out. If we tell Ro where it is, he can get Violet and just leave.
Who is he wishing to get her away from?
Quirin in the underground.
Quirin does not let his spawn go that easy.
Spawn is a strange word. Do you mean offspring? Is she home?
Quirin is vampiric in nature. He's not someone you wish to mess with. My advice would be kill the Dragonborn and just let's go.
And what's your end goal after you get on tier?
I haven't thought that far ahead. Volunteer is my friend. And I think they may have mech too.
Well, I think for not to say that he's safe, but I don't think they're gonna kill Mac. He's valuable to them. There's been a lot of betrayal. A lot of death. And you see her, she has this like really conflicted look on her face. I need Antir back. But we have to help Ro too.
That is up to you all.
Beltoff Ontir wasn't always your friend.
He tried to fucking kill me.
You were once enemies, but you've seen firsthand the power of a persuasive argument. And now you're willing to go practically to the hells to get him back.
Then what is the plan?
I don't know how we decide this, but for my part, it's to build allies, which would be aiding Ro.
Ruby?
She's choking on words. I posed the question, who to choose, because I did not want to.
And then he looks at Quirin.
Do you guys really think if we were to help Ro, they would help in anything else that we would ask for? I mean, he betrayed the masks. I don't know what else he's done.
I think Ro could have killed at least one of us tonight. And chose not to.
Selfishly. You know the man better than I do. If you believe he can be trusted with this, then I'll follow what you say.
Velphie's gonna turn around and head to Ro. She walks right up to him, looks him in the eyes. If we help you, will you help us?
If you get Violet, I'll do anything you ask.
Just like you. They have the person I love, and I need him back. If you help us, we'll help you.
Then you understand my plight. I have to get Violet first.
You help after you have her.
Yes.
I have your word on that.
You have everything I can offer.
She turns around and heads back. He's willing to help. He's willing to stay if we get Violet first. And here is strong. Wait. Violet might be our first priority. And she looks distraught as she says this. Still not fully 100% believing herself. Not really believing the words coming out of her mouth. She looks at the professor. It's what we should do, right?
I think the worst case is we help with Violet and they leave.
He gave me his word that he was going to stay.
That's what
I
I think
told
will
him
happen.
if he feels the way I feel, he's going to stay.
I think he does.
Okay.
Benefit of the doubt.
And he's capable. And I know Antir is the priority now, but once we get him, are we just going to come back to Limbo and act like none of this happened? It's only going to escalate from here.
That part seems unavoidable.
I think we're going to need people who share our interests. And what sort of world is Ro going to have with Violet if we don't eventually try to do something about all this? I don't think he's that short-sighted.
Maybe not. But I want to be sure. If he gives one reason, a single slip up for anything, a reason to doubt him, I think we should be done. Is that fair?
Okay.
I'll spare.
That's fair.
I'll spare in love and war.
We seem to be heavily steeped in both of those right now.
Alrighty, if we're heading in. He starts pulling things out of his chest pocket. And it's like this little device that has been made in Limbo that looks like it connects on one of your teeth. If you get caught, you have to use this. Otherwise, what happened here today will only get worse.
Okay. Fair. Quirin will take it.
Yeah, Ruby doesn't hesitate.
Velphie takes one.
Same.
This will wipe everything you know. But if you all are ready... He looks at Ro, looks him up and down. If you all are ready... I'm ready when you are. We could head out tonight, make camp. Professor Friedrich.
Did I hear the part about Maka?
Oh, were you there?
I don't recall.
No, you weren't, because that was just with Quirin and Ro.
Okay. I'm gonna have to ask then. Bill, do you have any idea how they got in here?
Not yet.
Rose said that there was a rat, Maka, red tiefling.
See Velphie, her eyes shoot up to Quirin.
We know who that is.
It's Antyr's birth mother.
Do we know where she is? I go to Ro. Ro, where's Maka?
Probably went with them.
It's good for her sake. Beltov, what's the plan for everyone here while we're gone? They know where this place is now.
I do not know, and it may be best if I don't.
Seapair, I trust you have a plan.
Seapair is not with you. Seapair is talking to everybody else.
Never mind, I'll ask that later.
Well, I am ready to go, if you all are.
Biltop, what do people in Limbo usually do with the deceased?
Burn them.
I'll reach out to Velphie and give a little squeeze. All right.
She looks at Beltov and Karis didn't make it.
Roll me a insight, please.
$19.
You can tell, like, his breath catches. And, like, his balance kind of weakens for a bit. He doesn't say anything, but Karis was his friend. Quirin.
I don't know. Is it possible to insight that? I don't know. I don't think Quirin knows any of these relations. Is he able to insight and see that Karis was something of some relation or something to Velphie?
Would it just be obvious?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Quirin definitely knows. And with Quirin being here, you would know of a pink tiefling named Karis.
Okay. Well, I guess you do what you need to do. I'm ready to go at any time. I'll be with Ro, having fun.
Do enjoy yourself.
Oh, I'm sure I will. I'll go walk over to Ro and just wait.
Where will they put the bodies?
I'm not sure. We haven't had this many dead in a very long time.
I don't know that I can just leave him in the hallway.
I do know someone will take care of him. The body's just a body. Soul has already left.
Then I'm ready to go.
To the stables then. Quirin.
I guess but I guess before we go to the stables, but right as Quirin is walking up to Ro, looking him right in the eyes, Ro, do you believe in anything like karma at all?
No.
Well, that's really convenient for you. For some reason today, I guess we're gonna help you. I don't know why. If it were my choice, it'd be different, but for some reason, you're just so lucky. And the stoicness that he had before is, I mean, he's still like stone faced, but now there's just a little extra that he knows of the relation of Velphie and Karis. I don't know why you're so lucky, but I'm just gonna tell you this now. You make one slip up, one reason at all, that karma I was talking about, that'll be me. So watch it.
He just looks you up and down. If you hold your end of the bargain, I will not do anything at all.
Yeah. You're good at sticking with promises, not betraying. You're good at that. Just stand behind him and tell him to just motion forward.
He'll kind of lean back a little bit. You have no idea who my promises are to.
Can't say I much care.
And he will just walk.
Ruby will come up behind Beltov as they're going towards the stables. Do you have a stash? I'd really like a drink tonight.
He pulls out a flask from his hip and gives it to you.
Perfect. Healing potions too? Think we're running low.
I've got a few. Don't have much, though.
Yeah. I don't think anyone ever does.
Are you all right?
Don't know if I ever was. So, not a lot has changed. Not a lot has changed.
He'll take the flask, take a big swig, give it right back.
Immediately, she, like, if you're drinking, I'm drinking. Glad you got out of the tree. And she'll give him an elbow.
Glad you got out of whatever this was tonight.
I tend to do. Scrape out, scrape by, scrape to the next thing. It's gonna be a long one.
Sometimes all we can do is scrape by. And as you all are walking, Ruby, you notice people are looking at Beltov with a new fear. He was very much loved and, like, adored. But people are looking at him like something has changed.
Easy to have a dark sense of humor in times like this. The words almost slipped out like oil. Who did you kill? But I think we all know the answer. They don't have to act like that, though.
I understand it. I don't understand it towards you, but
Guess some things are just the way that they are. I don't understand. I don't know why they're looking at you like that, but it does bother me. More than I thought it would.
I hope you never find out. Because I don't think I could handle you looking at me differently.
You'd be surprised at my tolerance. And she'll take another big swig and keep walking.
And you all are able to head to the stables, get your mounts, and start heading to the teleportation circle to the Druid farm. This will be 2 of yours first time going there. 2 of you haven't seen it since its destruction. And what it may have turned into without Golmac. And with that, that's where we're going to call tonight's session. Thank you so much for watching Session 39 of the Order of Narvosc. Session 40 will be out on May 16th. Please make sure to check out our players' social media accounts. You can find those links in the description below. And lastly, if this is the kind of content you enjoy, please press that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell. That way you get notified when the next session comes out. Remember, be the light that drives out the darkness, adventurer. We'll see you soon.